sample of an email. So I just put it here. Perhaps when you want to do your practice, you can use this email and you have to reply to this James, yeah? Okay. This is to James from siapa ni? Okay. Right. So you can have a look at this later. Okay, so I'm going to give you tips for task 1, yeah? So you have to read and understand what the task is all about. It may require to address the following objectives, such as you have to express thank you, maybe you have to say thank you have to apologize, okay, or reaction to preferences, or maybe you have to accept or decline or reject invitation. For example, the email invite you to go to an event, and then maybe when you reply, you have to accept. You can accept, you can decline, or maybe you want to reject the invitation. Maybe you have to make a request, give precise information about something. Maybe you want to describe about experiences, feelings, or maybe you want to provide advice, reasons, opinions, or justification. Okay, so bear in mind, you do not know what the content of the email will be for your exam, but then you may want to know that these are the things that you need when you want to reply, okay, for the email. Okay, so you could observe some of the tips here. If the sender asks for the details about event, your response should have a precise information of the event. Okay, for example, if the sender of the email asks you about the event, you may want to say, you want to talk about the venue of the event, the date, or the organizer, or the details of the event. Okay, or if you are to describe the event, use relevant adjective. Perhaps you could describe what you have heard, or what you have seen, or what you have touched from, because you have been to the event and you are going to explain about the event to the sender. So you have to describe, and you have to use some adjective to describe. Okay, and then use relevant expression for some of the paragraph, like express a preference, to express a reaction, or to express a disagreement, or to decline. But my advice is for you to agree, not to decline, because you will have to find some reasons to defend it. Okay, if you agree, then it will be easier for you. Okay, so that's about task 1. Now I'm moving on to task 2. Yeah, task 2 is the extended writing. Okay, so this is the part where you have to be creative. When you are given an essay topic, you have to use your creativity to make your essay looks very interesting. Okay, because remember, you have an examiner to read your essay, and you have to impress the person who is reading and giving you marks. Okay, all right. So writing 2, it is called extended writing. You have 50 minutes. Okay, and then you have many types of essay, and you do not know which type of essay you're going to get. Okay, for example, the first example that I showed you, that is definition type of essay. You have to define how fashion describe a character of a person. Okay, so you may get a definition type of essay. For example, you have to define a friend in need is a friend indeed. There is a saying, a friend in need is a friend indeed. So define this. Okay, or maybe the question asks you to define a saying that says, my home is a heaven. Okay, so you have to describe, you have to define this. So this is called definition type of essay. There is another type of essay which is called topical essay. For topical essay, for example, you have to give the important strategies before the examination. So you have to give some tips on how to sit for the exam, or the important strategies to sit for the MUET speaking examination, for example, or the ways to save money, or the benefits of reading. So these are called topical type of essay. I'm not going to tell you which essay type is easier or which essay type is more difficult for me, all the essay types have their same level of easiness or difficulty. But the important thing is that whatever essay type is given to you, you are ready to tackle or you are ready to write that essay. But it is important for you to know the type of the essay before you respond or before you write the essay. Okay, this is topical. And you also have a topic about cause and effect essay. Okay, cause and the effect. For example, you know that what are the causes of pollution and what are the effects of pollution. So the essay topic is about pollution around the world. So you have to write what are the causes of pollution and what are the effects of pollution. Okay, all right. And about cleanliness campaign, internet for students, the cost of internet, why are students spending much time on the internet and not on their studies. Okay, so this is the cause and effect. When they spend too much time on internet, what is the effect? Okay, so this type of essay, it is called about cause and effect. It is about a relationship between the things. Okay, for example, internet is there. If you spend too much time, what is the effect? Okay, about cleanliness. If you don't maintain the cleanliness, what will happen? Why must you have a cleanliness campaign? Okay, so this type of essay, it is called cause and effect essay. And another type of essay, it is called problem solution. So what you need to do when you deal with this essay type is you have to describe the problem first, and then you have to provide the solution. Okay, for example, the topic is eating disorder among women. So you have to describe the problem. What is the problem? The problem is about eating disorder. And then later in your essay, in the body paragraph, you have to explain how to solve the problem of eating disorder among women. Okay, and then for example, another topic is about global warming, a serious threat. Okay, so you have to explain what is the problem about global warming and why is it a serious threat and how to solve these global warming issues. This is a problem solution type of essay. Another type is comparing and contrasting essay. So for compare and contrast essay, you need to write about the similarities and the differences of ideas, incidents, and events. Compare what are similar, contrast the differences. Okay, so for example, you have to write about favorite hobbies between football and futsal and football. Okay, so you have to write what are similar about football and futsal and what are the differences about these two games. Okay, holidays in the forest or in the beach. So you have here, the keyword is one, holidays, and then where in the forest, and another is in the beach. So you have to compare between these two, forest and beach, and then you have to find the contrast about holidaying in the forest or in the beach. So you have to write the similarities and also the differences between these two places. Okay, there was 1 year, the question was about living in the city or in the village. Which do you prefer? Do you prefer to live in the village or do you prefer to live in the city? So for this type of question, you have to write the difference, the similarities, and also the differences, and then you have to come with the conclusion. So where do you prefer? Whether you want to live in the city or in the village. After you have highlighted all the similarities and the differences, where do you prefer to live? Whether in the village or in the city. Okay? All right, so this is compare and contrast, and another is a process essay. Okay, but I think process essay is not a favorite question in MUET examination. However, it is good for you to know that there is an essay type which is called a process essay, where you have to explain about how to do something or how to make something, or you have to explain the steps of doing something. Okay, for example, how to serve oden, how to write a short story, how to make a kite, how television influence people. Okay, so this is not a popular type of question in MUET. However, it is good for you to know also, right? And argumentative type of essay, this is a popular question in MUET, okay? Favorite question, because this question is asking you to write your opinion, okay? So the question will ask whether you agree or disagree with certain ideas or certain issues, okay? And then you have to write your stand. In the introduction, you have to write your stand, whether you agree or disagree. And then your body paragraph will support your standpoint, okay? And then you have to end it by restating your agreement or disagreement, restating your stand, okay? For example, students should bring smartphone to school. Do you agree? Okay, so you can write whether you agree, and you can also disagree. You can also have this 50-50 partially agreement. So for 50-50 is quite difficult because you have to write 6 paragraphs. Because your 50% on agreement, 50% on disagreement should be balanced. Okay, that's why you have to write 6. For the others, if you agree or disagree, only you have to write 5 paragraphs. Okay, I'll show you afterwards. Okay. All right. So the ideal essay for you to write for the MUET examination is 5 paragraph essay. This is the ideal one. I always advise my students to write 5 paragraph, enough. Paragraph 1, you write the introduction. Paragraph 2, 3, and 4 is the content, the body paragraph that support your thesis statement that you have mentioned in the introduction. And then paragraph 5, you conclude. You summarize your point, restate, or you want to give your recommendation. Okay, enough, 5 paragraphs. However, okay, if you agree 100% to the opinion, okay, for example, the question asks you, university students should wear uniform to classes. If you agree 100%, you have 5 paragraph format. Intro, agree 1, agree 2, agree 3, conclusion. Okay? If you disagree, no way, I'm not going to wear uniform to classes. You disagree, still you need to write 5 paragraph. You have your intro, disagree 1, paragraph 1 disagree, paragraph 2 disagree, paragraph 3 disagree, conclusion. Tutup. Restatement, okay, and give recommendation for future, for example. However, the problem will be when you have this impartial. You partially agree or partially disagree. Meaning you have 50-50 or 40-60. Oh, susah ni. And then you have to write, you have to use the 6 paragraph format. My suggestion is do not trouble yourself. You go to disagree 100% or disagree 100%. Because the more you write, sometimes the more mistakes you make. Jangan cari pasal. Okay? So make your life easy. Stick to this 5 paragraph essay. But I still want to introduce this 6 paragraph in case you want to have this partially agreement toward the topic. Okay? For example, when you write this agreement, you should have one standpoint. I agree with the topic because you give your thesis statement. Why do you agree? I disagree on the topic because you give your 3 standpoint. You give your 3 reason, which is called thesis statement. Okay? All right. So my suggestion is stick to the 5 paragraph. However, if you have the time and you think that you want to be writing about impartial agreement, you go ahead, you can write the 6 paragraph, but do not exceed the time limit. Okay, remember you only have 50 minutes. Okay. Now, the essay writing format, I will go quickly here. Introduction, content points, and conclusion. Okay, remember, you must have your introduction, you must have your content point, 3 paragraph for content, conclusion. So altogether 5 paragraphs. Okay, so what must you have in your paragraph? In your introduction paragraph, you must firstly provide a hook. And what is a hook? A hook is a sentence to capture the interest of the listener. Okay, so maybe you have to look at some proverbs. Okay, for example, your question is about health. Maybe you would like to say, maybe you want to start with the saying, an apple a day keeps the doctors away. As the saying goes, an apple a day keeps the doctors away. We have to take care of our health. So that is a hook. Okay, so you have to think of something that will capture the interest of the examiner before you start your writing about your topic. Okay, you have hook, and then you must have 1 or 2 sentences to explain about your topic. Then you have to write your thesis statement, and then you have to write your stand. Okay, some people, they put their stand together with their thesis statement. Okay, afterward, I will show you a sample of introductory, and then you tell me where is the hook, where is the elaboration, where is the thesis statement, and where is the stand. Okay, now, how to write a strong introduction for your essay. Remember, this is the first paragraph that the examiner will read. So you have to impress the examiner. You have to start with a hook, and your hook should be very interesting. Do not ask stupid questions like, what is fashion? And then you explain, fashion is blah, 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 blah. Do not ask questions like that. Okay? So you have to start. Maybe you want to start with something. Fashion defines a person's character. Okay? Maybe your topic is about fashion, and then you start with that. Okay? And then you start with your topic. Okay? You need to get the reader. In this case, is the examiner want to read more. When the examiner read, wah, menarik lah. They want to read more. If you start with something very, very boring, the examiner will put aside your paper, take a new one to read. Okay? If you write something interesting, which is called attention grabber. You capture the interest of the examiner. They want to read more and more. Okay? You can use, maybe you can use a statistic, like a surprising fact, or maybe you can use a quotation, you can use a proverb, or maybe an alarming statistic. Okay, 90% of our teenagers today are doing an online study. People say that online studies is, previously people are very skeptical about online studies. They prefer to be doing a class via face-to-face. But nowadays, most of the students in Malaysia are, okay, you start with a statistic, for example, okay, or an alarming statistic that shows that people around the world, students around the world are doing an online study at the moment. Okay, maybe you want to start with that, okay, to capture the interest of the examiner. Okay, so after you have written that hook, you have to write 2-3 sentences about your topic to introduce your topic. Okay, explain about your topic. Okay, so because you want to give more insight about the topic that you're talking about. A hook, explanation of the topic a little bit, 2 or 3 sentences, and then you write your thesis statement. May I know whether you know what thesis statement is? Do you know what thesis statement is? Hello?
Yes, madam.
Hello, everyone. Do you know what thesis statement is? Yes? No?
Yes, madam.
Yes? No? Okay, good. All right. So you need to write your thesis statement, because a thesis statement is a sentence that is going to show the reader how you are going to interpret the subject. When you write your essay, thesis statement is like a torchlight. in a dark cinema. When you go to the cinema, nowadays you don't go to the cinema anymore, right? And when I was younger, when I went to the cinema, there will be one person who will usher me to my seat. He will use a torchlight. So that I can see the way I want to go, the way I want to walk to my seat. So thesis statement is like a torchlight in a dark cinema. So when people read your thesis statement, people will have a clear idea, oh, you are going to write about this. And these are the reason why you agree. You are disagreeing because, oh, these are the reason why you disagree. So you are going to give us a torchlight, a clear picture of what you are going to write in your essay. That is thesis statement. Okay, so it is going to light the way for the reader of what you will be presenting in your essay. Okay, then you have to make a stand. Okay, the question asks you, what is your opinion? The question asks you whether you agree or disagree. So you have to say whether you agree or disagree. Or partially agree. Agree, 5-paragraph essay. Disagree, 5-paragraph essay. If you partially disagree, remember you have 6-paragraph essay because your agreement and disagreement should be balanced. 2 point, 2 point, conclusion, intro, 6. Okay? All right. Now I'm going to show you a sample introduction. Okay? So silently read this. And then I want you to tell me where is the hook, where is the topic explanation, where is the stand, and where is the thesis statement. You have 2 minutes, okay? 2 minutes, read, and then afterward I will ask you question. Okay, look at this, read, find the hook, topic, stand, and the thesis statement. Okay, 2 minutes, yeah? Okay, so can you tell me where is the hook? In this introduction, where is the hook? Can somebody reply me? You just have to read you have to tell me where is it and then read that sentence. Where is the hook?
In this 21st century, online learning is becoming very essential to students' daily life. Is the hook.
Okay, that is the hook. Okay, topic explanation.
Online distance learning is one of the initiatives taken
Topic
to help the students pursue their learning during the outbreak of COVID-19. Is the topic and explanation.
This is the topic explanation, not only one sentence. The other one, although everything seems fine, there are still some ways to improve open distance learning to make it more pleasant for the students. So these 2 sentences are the topic explanation. Okay, and here this is the stand. Yes, I would like to agree that online distance learning needs to be improved. The ways to improve open and distance learning for students are the last sentence is the thesis statement. Okay, so the student have written the stand and the thesis statement. So in this introduction, you can find the hook Yes or no? Yes. You have the topic explanation? Yes. You have the stand? Yes. You have the thesis statement? Yes. How many reasons are given here in this paragraph? Introduction. Reason 1 is identify and support struggling students. Increase students' engagement, number 1. Identify and support struggling students. 2, and provide different learning options. So 3 reasons are given for the thesis statement. Okay, right? Now, after you have written the introduction paragraph, you have to write the content points or the body paragraph, yeah? So you have to provide 2 or 3 relevant content points, and you have to show your maturity of thoughts, and then you have to elaborate supports of your stand, and you have to be persuasive because you want the reader to believe in what you said, or the reader to be influenced by what you have written. Okay? Now, task 2. Task 2 requires you to write at least 250 words. You would need to provide 2 or 3 content points. My advice is don't write 2, write 3 content points. Easier for you, so that you have 5 paragraphs. Having 2 content points is enough. I think it is 3 content points is enough. Okay? All right. But if you think that it will be better if you write 3, then it is still fine. I think better if you write 3. Okay? And then you have to elaborate the points. You have to elaborate to support the points. In your thesis statement, you mention your points. Okay? And then you have to elaborate it when you write your body paragraph. Okay? So this is how you write your body paragraph. First, you have to write your topic sentence. Okay? And then you have to explain the topic sentence. And then you have to give example. And then you have to close your paragraph. Topic sentence, supporting detail, example, CS. CS is you have to close it. Closure. Okay? Start with the topic sentence, explain supporting detail, give example, and then close. Simple. Okay? So you have to start with the topic sentence. This is the main point of that particular paragraph. Okay? Your topic sentence should be in the very first sentence of your paragraph. To make your life easy and to make the life of the examiner easy, you write the first sentence as your topic sentence. Okay? All right. And then you have to support your topic sentence. After writing your topic sentence, you would need to explain what you mean. You would need to make your topic sentence clear by talking and explaining more about it. Okay? And then you have to give example of that topic sentence. Okay? So this is going to be a very nice addition to your paragraph when you write your topic sentence, provide explanation, and give example. Afterward, I'll show you an example, yeah? And then you have to close it. Signal that you are going to end that paragraph. You bukan nak tutup essay. End that particular paragraph because you want to move on to the next point. Okay? So you have to signal that you want to end that paragraph. Maybe you want to say thus, T-H-U-S, use the word thus. You want to use the word hence, therefore. So these are the signal word that you are going to end that particular paragraph already. Okay, now I'm giving you sample body paragraph, okay? So read paragraph 1, read paragraph 2. Okay, now we look at paragraph 1 first. Okay, read paragraph 1 and tell me where is the topic sentence, supporting detail, example, and concluding sentence. Tell me whether you can see this topic, this, and this, and this. Okay. 1 minute, read paragraph 1. This is the body paragraph, not the introduction, the body paragraph. This is the point of lecturer can try to increase students' engagement. Okay. Can you tell me where is the topic sentence in this paragraph? Is it the first sentence or is it the second sentence? In paragraph 1, is the topic sentence the first sentence or the second sentence?
A sentence.
It is the first sentence. No, even though I have mentioned that you should write it as the first sentence, but this student, she wrote the topic sentence in the second sentence, but still it is correct. Okay, student passion and interest must be maintained as the motivation tends to decrease over time. And then lecturers can try to increase student engagement in the class. This is the topic sentence. And then she explained, lecturer can do a quiz that make the student interested to join in and actively participate. Other than that, provide active learning opportunities, such as asking them to analyze a case study or research answers to question given. So, topic sentence, explanation, example. And then, concluding sentence to tutup dia punya paragraph, the student says, so, by doing that, the student might enjoy the class and want to participate more. Okay, so you have topic sentence, explanation, example, tutup paragraph. Look at paragraph 2. Lecturers need to provide different learning options for their student. Is actually another way to improve open and distant learning for university students. This is the topic sentence. Paragraph 1 is the topic sentence. Not sentence 1 is the topic sentence. And then explanation. And then example. Macam mana the lecturer provide different learning option? Example dia kat sini. Lecturers can provide other learning options such as recorded lectures, offline platform, Google Classroom to assign assignment. With the recorded lectures and offline platform, all students can access the video easily without having a problem. And then dia nak tutup paragraph dia. Thus, the student use thus, providing different learning option makes the learning process go smoothly. Okay, as you can see, topic sentence, supporting detail, example, conclude. Habis, body paragraph. Okay, now, after you have done your topic introduction, your body paragraph, you have to conclude your essay. Okay, so when you want to conclude your essay, you have to restate or summarize your point. Okay, do not add new points. Dalam you punya conclusion, no new points already. Only discuss what you have written earlier. Okay, you have to signal that you want to close your paragraph. Normally, students will write in a nutshell. In conclusion, as for conclusion, to conclude, to signal that you are going to end already. Okay, and then you have to restate your point in the conclusion. Okay, and then you have to write, maybe you want to write your recommendation for the future. Okay, so this one you can write your feelings a bit, the last sentence. Okay, in the future, you hope that online learning will not, so in future, you hope that students will be encouraged to do more online learning and not be scared to join online learning classes. For example, I'm just giving you example. Okay, so you have to put in summary of your content points. Okay, so do not have to write everything what you have written in the thesis statement. Okay, maybe you want to put it in another way of saying. Okay, you have to signal your closing. Last but not least is the closing of your conclusion. This is one sentence or maybe two sentences where you are going to put in your final note. Okay, conclusion should not be long. You can have 2 to 3 sentences cukup. You can also write, you can give hope for the future, or you can state a warning of what is going to happen if the pandemic is not curbed, I think in the future there are more cases of COVID-19 in Malaysia. Maybe you want to put a warning there as your last sentence. Okay, this is some of the sample closing. Okay, this is taken from students' answer. Maybe you can write better than this. Okay, I'm not saying that this is a good one. I'm just giving you some sample, 2 sample. Okay, here the student said, on the whole, lots of methods can be used to improve online and open learning. Lecturers and students can work on it together to make a harmonious and happy class where students and lecturers understand each other's situation. Very short and sweet. On the whole, to signal that she's going to end it, lots of methods. This is the summary. And then this is the feeling, the hope that she has in the future. Okay, look at the second one. In a nutshell, this is to signal that dah habis dah essay dia. Finish already. Maintaining social distancing is very important to us nowadays. This is the summary of the essay. By washing our hands, avoiding crowded places and staying at home are a part of ways to maintain social distance during MCO. Yang ni, she restated the thesis statement. She restated the thesis statement. Okay, tell me dalam second conclusion ni, what is missing? Apa yang tak ada? What is not there in the second conclusion? Apa yang tak ada kat sini?
Summarize.
What is missing in the second conclusion? Summary is here. The missing part is the hope for the future, or the student feeling, or the student recommendation is not here. But maybe the students think that cukup dah because she already summarized the point here. Okay, but still, if you have the time, you can also write in the future. Okay, in the future, by following our SOP, by following all these restrictions, maybe in the future, pandemic can be curbed. The pandemic can be overcome. Maybe you can write one last sentence here, your hope for the future. Okay. All right. So this is an example of MUET writing, question 1. Okay. This is an example. I don't think I have time to go in detail because I still have to talk about reading skill after this. Okay. Should student have managed time study? Discuss and give your opinion. Okay. Tengok last time you have to write 530. Now you only have to write 250 words. Okay. So basically sama juga. You have the introduction part. Okay. Kat sini, this is the hook. Why time is the most important. There are only so many hours in a day, a week, and a term. We can't change the number of hours, but we can decide how to best use them. This is the hook. Okay. And then explaining about the topic. To be successful in class, we must carefully manage our study time. Okay. So because the topic is about how you manage your study time or your time to study. And then here, I personally believe that I agree. The student mentioned about dia punya point, dia punya stand dia agree. And then the student mentioned the thesis statement. How to manage the time, prepare a term calendar, prepare a weekly schedule, prepare a daily organizer. These are the 3 things that you need to have when you want to manage your time. So the first paragraph talked about the first issue, term calendar. This is the thesis statement, a topic sentence. Supporting detail. An example, nampak sini, for example. Okay, and then habis, end of the paragraph. Start with the following paragraph. On the contrary, remember when you use transition marker, you don't only use transition marker within the paragraph. You also need to use transition marker between the paragraph. Within the paragraph maksudnya dalam paragraph tu itself. For example, in addition. For example, for instance, first of all. This is within the paragraph. Between the paragraph, okay, before you go to the next paragraph, on the contrary, each Sunday before a school break, prepare a weekly schedule. This is point number 2. Before you start point number 2, you use your transition marker and then explain, support in detail, give example, and then tutup paragraph 2. Then move on to the next paragraph. Then close the essay. Okay, this is another example. Okay, for example, the question asks, the most valuable thing in life is friendship. Do you agree? Discuss. You should write at least 250 lah. Sekarang ni 250. Okay, look at this example. I'm not going to read all. I'm just going to highlight the points that I mentioned just now on how to write the essay. First, you look at the hook. What did the student write? Is it true? It is true, not is it true? It is true that no man is an island, meaning that no one in this world can live alone without friendship. So the student started the paragraph, the essay with a proverb, peribahasa. No man is an island. Okay, which relate to the topic. Janganlah pandai-pandai letak peribahasa which is not related to your topic. Okay, so this is a hook. And then the student explain about the topic. Okay, about the topic, about friendship. And then the student will mention about the stand. I completely agree. Dia tak agree ya. I completely disagree. Yang tadi, the first sample I showed you, the student agree. Yang ni, I completely disagree with the statement that most valuable thing in life is friendship. Sebab dia kata, there are other valuable things in life. Not only friendship. Okay, and then they elaborate with the thesis statement. Okay, and then they start dengan the first paragraph, first and foremost. Dia tutup paragraph dia, closure, therefore. Start another paragraph, secondly, second point ya. And then tutup dengan thus. Start balik, last but not least. Tutup paragraph ni with hence. And then conclusion, in short. To summarize, in short, friendship is the rainbow of life as it colors our horizon. Okay. In my opinion, it is beyond a shadow of doubt that I still firmly believe about that friendship is not the most important thing in this world. Okay. Dekat sini dia restate balik dia punya stand. Alright. So I don't think I have time to read everything, but don't worry, I will give this slide to Muaz. You can have a look at it later on when you do your practice. Okay, so these are the type of questions that we have so far. Maybe you can have a look at it. Maybe you would like to try, but please disregard the number of words. You try to write with the 250 words with the new format, but still follow the same technique of writing. Okay, but the number of words has been decreased. So if you look at the topic, you have to discuss. You have to give your opinion. Okay, for example, like this, March 12, 2012, education is the most important factor in the development of a country. So discuss. So you can agree. You nak setuju tak to say that education is the most important factor? Okay, so if you have to write your stand in the first paragraph and then you discuss in the body paragraph and then you can do. Okay, so you can do your practice with your friend. Okay, you can look at this topic, do your practices. Okay, and then look at this. Women make better leaders than men. Do you agree? So you can also disagree. Okay, maybe you think no, you don't think so. You give example of countries that have women leaders and they fail. For example, like Korea. Okay, for example, once upon a time they had a female prime minister. Okay, I have also include here 2 practices, so you can practice with the question that I have here, yeah? Practice 1 and practice 2, so you can have a look and do your practice later. Okay. This is the example of the answer for practice 2. Example only, yeah? Okay, for writing, do you have any questions? Because I think you need a 5-minute break before we start with reading afterwards. Do you have any questions for writing? Any question for writing skill? Okay, if there is no question for writing, I think I will stop here. You will have a 5 minutes break before we start with reading skill. Is it okay, Imanina, Muaz? Muaz and
Yes,
Imanina,
madam.
is it okay?
Yes, madam.
Yes, madam.
Okay, so I will stop for writing skill and then you have 5 minutes break. Then we will start again with reading. Okay, yeah?
Okay.
Okay, madam.
If you have question, you can still ask me at the end of the my session. You can ask me whether you want to know more about reading or writing. You can ask later. Okay, 5 minutes break.
Madam,
Yes?
are you free to answer my question?
Yeah, sure. I'm here. Yes?
So
What's your question?
after SPM in somewhat 2018, I've tried to do the MUET by myself without any guidance from teachers or anything. And my question is for the writing, I got 47 out of 90. And I'm so frustrated because I don't know what went wrong.
You don't know what went wrong with your writing?
Yes, madam.
Okay. Have you tried doing a practice and give your essay to your lecturer to check maybe and ask your lecturer
Yes,
how to
I've done
improve your
multiple
essay?
essays before.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, Arif. I'm going to help you this way. Okay, I have given you many questions there in my slide. You can try to at least attempt 1 or 2 questions, and you can forward that to me, and I will try to explain to you what went wrong with your essay, and I will try to explain to you how to improve it. If you are hardworking enough to do that and give me during this, because we have this 1 week of holiday, right? You have a break for 1 week. You can do your practice. You can try to give me, and I will tell you how to improve it. And I will
Okay,
try to give you
madam.
your marks. Okay. What you need to do is that you don't only think that if you have fulfilled that criteria, maybe you think that you have this hook, you already have the explanation, you already have everything, you have the sentence, maybe your examiner is not impressed with your writing. So that's why you have to be, my advice is you have to read a lot, and then you have to use some interesting, you have to show your maturity. Sometimes the examiner think that your essay is not up to the level of maturity that she or he expects. Okay, or maybe the vocabulary that you use is not wide enough. There are many reasons, you know, but then the person is not telling you. So try to do that, and I will try to help you by giving you the feedback for each of the paragraph, how you can improve it. But you have to remember, to improve your writing, you need to read a lot so that you can have this vocabulary that you can apply when you do your writing. Or you have this saying or proverb that you have learned from somewhere. Maybe you read a book or you read from internet about some saying. Interesting kan, that capture your interest. You simpan dia. Okay, you would apply it when you do your essay for your MUET. Okay, you have to remember that the examiner, they have hundreds of papers. So if your paper stand out, so you might have good marks for that essay. But Ara, if you can try to do that, I will be able to help you. Don't worry.
Okay, madam, thank you.
Okay, I will give you my email here. I will type my email here. I will type my email here in the chat box. You can email me your answer. Okay, you can just choose any of the question and try to answer. Okay, I give you 1 more minute to rest, and then I will start with the reading comprehension. How many more minutes do I have, Imanina? Actually, for reading.
We have until 1:50. 1:50.
150, 15 or
15.
50, 50.
15, 15 ni.
50 is it or 15?
15.
15. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. All right. Okay, let's have that 1 minute rest before I start with reading skill, yeah? Okay, so I shall start with the reading tips and strategies. I'm afraid that I may not be able to cover everything. I'm going to go very fast, but then it's okay. If you think that I'm going too fast, you can just stop me in the middle and tell me that to re-explain, or at the end of the session, we can still have Q&A. You can ask me questions, okay? So I will start right now. Okay, so after I have explained to you about the writing skills, okay, and now I'm going to explain to you about the reading examination for MUET, okay? So I think you have to know that reading actually has the highest marks for MUET examination. Okay, so today I'm going to give you some tips and strategies on how to answer the reading for MUET, yeah? Okay, so firstly, let me explain to you about the new format. Okay, now that you know everything, every skill has the new format, including reading. Okay, so the new format consists of 7 texts. So we have 7 texts, okay, 5 standard reading comprehension, and 1 text with multiple matching questions. Okay, and then I think the new format is easier. Okay, and it should be a bonus for candidates, for you all. Okay, compared to the old format, I think the old format is more difficult than the new format. Okay, all right, so you have 75 minutes. Previously, for reading, you have 90 minutes, but with the new format, you have only 75 minutes to answer. Okay, so this is the old format. The old format, you have 45 questions, but the new format, you only have 40 questions. Okay, so However, the content of the passages are still taken from sources like journals, newspapers, magazines, academic articles, electronic sources. So if you have the free time, you try to Google from the internet, try to read about the issues, about education, about the happenings in the world, general information. Okay, try to look for the information from journals, newspapers, magazines. Try to read the newspapers online. So most of the materials are taken from here. Okay, so this is the new format. Yeah, I will explain one by one. Just now I told you there are 7 parts of text. Okay, there are 7 parts. So part 1, you have 3 short texts of the same type. Okay, so the 3 short texts, what you have to do is multiple matching. Okay, 3 texts preceded by 4 multiple matching questions. This is like a bonus to you. Okay, you have to match the information. Okay, previously you have this true, false, not stated, which is I think more difficult, but this one is easier. Okay, and then part 2, you have one text, and then you have MCQ question, multiple choice. You are given 3 options. Okay, for the multiple choice, A, B, C only. You don't have A, B, C, D, E. Like previously, you have A, B, C, D, E. Now you are only given 3 options. So you have 5 questions for this part 2. And part 3, you have 5 questions. You have 1 text. Still, you have MCQ with 3 options, A, B, C. Okay, and then part 4, you have 2 texts based on the same theme. Okay, based on the same theme, meaning if the text is about health, then the other text is also about health. Okay, and then you have 2 MCQ based on text 1, 2 MCQ based on text 2, and then 2 MCQ comparing the 2 texts. Okay, so still you have 3 options, A, B, C. So for part 4, you have 6 questions, and you have part 5. Part 5, you have 1 text. So it is a gap text with 6 missing sentences. This is quite tricky because you have to fill in the blanks with the missing sentences. Okay, quite tricky, quite challenging, but through practice, if you have done the practice before, then you will be familiar. Okay, so that's why I said you cannot go for MUET exam empty-handed. You have to make yourself prepared. Okay, at least you must have the latest MUET reference book so that you can do the practices. You can do the exercises. Okay, so for text, for part 5, you have 6 questions. Okay, and then you have part 6, 1 text, MCQ, 4 options, 7 questions, and part 7, 7 questions. MCQ also. So altogether you have 40. So compared to the old one, you have lesser of 5 questions. Okay, so these are the skills that are required for you to do, in order for you to tackle the reading question in MUET. Okay, you have to know how to skim and how to scan. You have to know skimming and scanning. Skim is for you to look for the important points, the main ideas. Scanning is for you to look for the details of the information. Skimming for the main ideas, scanning for the details. Okay, and then you should be able to know how to identify the main ideas. Okay, for example, you read the paragraph, you have to know mana topic sentence. For example, if the topic sentence is not stated, you have to read and then you ask yourself, what is the paragraph about? When you get the answer of what is the paragraph about, that is actually the main idea of that particular paragraph. Okay, So you should be able to know what is topic sentence. Up to this day, are you clear what is topic sentence? Are you clear what is supporting detail? If you are clear about this, then you have to not to worry, because it will be easier for you to answer writing as well as reading. Okay? And then you have to identify what is the writer's purpose. What is the writer's opinion? Agree or disagree about the issue? And what is the author's tone? The question will ask you about the tone, the purpose, the stand. Okay? And then you have to know the meaning of the words or phrases from the context. Okay, you have to learn contextual clues. I think all these skills have been taught to you when you learn ELC subject. If you have taken ELC 121, ELC 151, ELC 231, you have learned all this. Okay? And you also have to interpret linear and nonlinear text. Linear is when you have words only, nonlinear when you have graph. You have graphic, pie chart, line graph, bar graph, tables, pictograph. Okay, this is under nonlinear. So you will see all this when you answer your reading test. Trust me. Okay? And you have learned all this when you did your ELC courses. So you don't have to worry. You just have to do some practices to make sure you are familiar with the MUET reading questions. Okay? All right. So these are the strategies that you need. Okay? I don't want to explain in detail about this. Okay? Because I have explained just now the skills. So basically, these are the skills that you need when you want to answer your reading question. Okay? All right. So your new MUET reading paper, basically it will look like this. I'm not going to show you. I'm going to skip this. You can come back and click on this when you are free later. Okay? I will explain to you after. If we have free time, then we can look at the question. Okay, I'm going to give you tips only. Okay, and then afterward, we're going to look at some of the questions. Okay? So the reading exam is not tricky at all. It's not difficult. And then you say, medal senang. Lah, dia medal bunda cakap senang. No, it is actually not difficult. You have to understand the paragraph. Okay? You have to scan the paragraph. You have to look at the questions. You can find the answers from the paragraph. Don't panic. You have to take a deep breath. Okay? All the answers are in the paragraph. You just have to refer back to the paragraph. And some of the questions require you to use your brain a little bit, or you have to use your prior knowledge. Maybe you already have the knowledge. Then now you have to use that knowledge that you have. Okay? How to get all this knowledge? You have to read lah. Okay? All right. Now, when you do your reading paper, you have to alert with the time. Okay, how much time do you have? And then underline the important points when you read the passage. So if you're not sure with the answer, skip that one. Attend to it later. If you don't know the meaning of the words, try to guess from the context. Okay, you have to use contextual clues. Later, I will teach you how. Okay, so now what you need to do, you have to start increasing your vocabulary knowledge. How? You have to read newspaper, magazine, or other material. So read from the internet. You can selalu browse. You have, janganlah read WhatsApp only. You go read some general information. What is the happening in the world nowadays? Okay, so you read to increase your vocabulary. And then if you find any interesting vocabulary, try to keep that. Know the meaning. Try to apply it. Okay? So question will normally follow the sequence of, okay, this one is very obvious. Okay, question will normally follow the sequence of the paragraph. Question 1 will always be from paragraph 1. The answer will always be from paragraph 1. Question 2 will always be based on the following paragraph. So your eyes will move from one paragraph to another. Okay, so you don't have to go read and reread again and reread again. Don't waste your time. Okay, you skim, scan, look at the question. You know that question 1 will be in paragraph 1. Answer will be in paragraph 1. Okay, if you cannot find it, maybe it is somewhere in that paragraph. Okay, and it follows. Okay, for example, okay, this is a paragraph. Look at the question. What is paragraph 1 about? Okay, the first question always asks about what is paragraph 1 about. So you have to read paragraph 1. Okay, and then second one, flowering means line 7. This one maybe is still in paragraph 1, maybe it's already in paragraph 2. But you look at the following question, the purpose of paragraph 2. So you look at paragraph 2. So the question is always based on sequence of the paragraph. Okay, so easy for you to look for the answer. And don't worry, the answers are always in the paragraph. Okay, all right. Usually the difficult level of the comprehension passage will increase with each paragraph. Question akan jadi lebih susah dengan each of the paragraph. The first question will be easy, more difficult a bit, and more difficult. Okay, so the question will cover about the content of the passage, the vocabulary, and also critical thinking. So 3 ni je. Okay, content, vocab, critical thinking. So you have to use your brain also. All right, so tip number 1, I have already mentioned you the tip, that the question will follow the paragraph. Okay, tip number 2, yeah, use the anaphoric, cataphoric. Maybe this is the first time of you listening to this term, anaphoric, cataphoric. Okay, you have learned this actually when you did your ELC 1-to-1. I don't know whether your lecturer mentioned this term, anaphoric or cataphoric. There will be question, for example, you read a paragraph, the question will be, he in paragraph 2 refers to, he, she in line 22 refers to, that in paragraph 3, line 43 refers to. Okay, for this referencing technique, you have to use anaphoric and cataphoric. What is anaphoric? Anaphoric is you have to read before. Cataphoric is you have to read after. Okay, now I'll show you. Okay, anaphoric is before the word. For example, dia tanya perkataan them. What them refers to? So you use anaphoric technique. You read sentence before the word them. Okay, a study was conducted on 200 Malaysian respondents. The researchers conducted the survey by giving them questionnaires to answer. So here you apply anaphoric, you tengok sebelum. Them refer to sebelum dia apa? Respondents. Okay, so the word them refer to respondents. This is anaphoric. Okay, now let's look at cataphoric. Cataphoric reference after the word. Okay. Okay, if you're still not clear, now I want to show you anaphoric reference is before the word. Maksudnya sebelum word tu dah ada sentence. Okay, so you have to refer to the sentence before the word. The answer should be in the sentence before the word. Now cataphoric. Cataphoric, you have to refer after the word. Okay, for example, the question asks you, it is one of the most common sleep disorders and a major health problem. In fact, insomnia affects normal rest patterns, and as a result, insomniacs find it difficult to fall asleep. So you have to use this cataphoric reference after the word. Selepas the word it, read the sentence. Okay, so what is it? What it refers to? So, it refers to insomnia. Okay, so you will get this type of question. Okay, what it refers to, what these refer to, what those refer to. You remember, anaphoric, cataphoric. Anaphoric is before the word. Cataphoric is after the word. Apply this when you answer your reading, MUET reading exam. Okay. Now, tip number 3. When you cannot locate the answer directly, you need to infer. Okay. Kadang-kadang you cari-cari, the answer is not direct. So you have to make intelligent assumption. Okay. For example, many people bought the product. Profits increased due to high sales. So the question asks you, all the following statements are false, except, okay. So pay attention to the word except and not, as it may trick you into choosing the wrong answer. Other common phrases used include which of the following is true. So all the statements are false, except, meaning only one statement yang betul. Okay. So which one do you think is the answer? A, B, C, D? Okay, never mind about the answer, yeah. But then I just want you to know the technique of answering. Okay. When you have this type of question, pay attention to the word except. Okay. So that you will not answer wrongly. Okay. Tip number 4, vocabulary. Okay. Question will be asking you about the meaning of words. Okay, the word, okay, what is the word in line 3 refers to? Okay, so what you need to do is you have to eliminate the impossible answers. Okay, you tengok option A, B, C. Impossible, impossible. Okay, only one possible answer. Take that, the possible answer. Okay, or maybe you can use this technique. You have to identify the root word. Do you know what root word is? Root word is the word without the, for example, establishment. The root word is established. Dia tak ada suffixes or prefixes. Okay, no ing, no ed. That is the root word. Okay, and then use anaphoric or cataphoric lagi. Select the most likely answer. You can apply this technique. This is tip number 4 to find the word meaning. Okay, for example, the word deforestation. So which one is the root word? The root word is forest. You want to know the meaning. Apa maksud deforestation ni? D means remove. Shen is the noun to show process. So what is deforestation? Process of removing the trees from the forest. Okay, that is how you find the meaning of the words. For example, degradation. Degradation. Grade. Grade is the root word. Okay, D is to remove and shen is to show process. So degradation is the decrease of quality of something. Quality of something has been decreased lah, berkurang. Okay, look at another word. Desalination. The root word is saline. What is saline? Saline means salty water. Again, D meaning to remove. Shen here is a process. Desalination or desalination is the process of removing the salty water. Okay, tip number 5. All right, prediction. A suitable title for the word, the passage is, you have question like this, asking you what is the suitable title. Okay, so you have to read the text carefully before selecting the best title. Okay, macam Madam cakap tadi lah, Very easy. You read the paragraph, you ask yourself, aperture, or what is it about? Okay, so your answer or the passage is about chocolate. Eating chocolate is beneficial. Okay, your topic can be eating chocolate can be beneficial. Or you have to do this, drawing conclusion. It can be concluded that read the entire text and then you have to conclude. Yang ni you kena guna your thinking skill. How will you conclude? What will happen next? After this and this happen, how will you conclude it? Okay, you have to be careful and you have to conclude it wisely based on your reading. Okay, tip number 6, writer style. Okay, the writer developed his ideas using compare contrast, macam essay juga, problem statement, cause and effect, timeline. So you need to read the text to know what is the writer style. The question asks you, what is the writer style? So you have to know apa dia ni. Compare contrast ke, problem solution ke, argumentative ke, cause and effect. Kalau you dah tahu tadi about this in writing, you can apply that one to here. Okay. Tip number 7. What is the tone? If the question asks you what is the tone? Tone is the writer's feelings or emotion when the writers write that passage. Okay. So you can write whether the writer supports the writer's intention of writing the text. Okay, this is the purpose. What is the writer intention? The writer tone is what is the writer's feelings when the writer write the passage. Ini you learn when you did your ELC 231 evaluative commentary. Okay. Now, look at the questionnaire sample. No matter what your age is, it is not too late to take steps to prevent memory loss. Okay. Then the question asks you, young people can learn strategies for preventing memory loss. True, false, not stated. Okay. Tadi dia dah mention no matter what age. Soalan kat sini, young people can learn. So, true, false or not stated? True lah because dia kata no matter what your age is. Okay, this is the keyword. This is your understanding. You infer that no matter what age, maksudnya tua ke, muda ke, boleh lah. Okay. Now, everyone who read this news will be happy. Atika read this news. So, Atika will be happy or not? Of course, Atika will be happy. Sebab dia dah bagi tahu, yang ni macam like a bonus. It already mentioned the feelings. If siapa yang baca akan happy. Okay. Go out and build a snowman. What season is it? So ini you use your prior knowledge. Prior knowledge. You know that snowman can only be built during winter. Takkan sama. There's no snow in summer. Okay, you have to use your prior knowledge. Okay. This one, the main idea of paragraph 4. What is the main idea of paragraph 4? So you have to read this whole paragraph and then you have to locate the key words. Okay. All right. We do not give prediction on what is going to happen. It is about dermatological fix. Assert slang is not conceived, presented in different packaging. We do not give predictions on what is going to happen. Okay. The main idea of paragraph 4 is, okay, answer is here. Based on your reading, you find the answer is here. Okay. If the idea is stated, then you just take it here, take it back, put it here, choose the answer. If the answer is not, the topic sentence is not stated, you have to read the whole paragraph again and then ask yourself, what is the paragraph about? Okay, your answer is the answer here. Okay. Now, that refer to, this is the anaphoric cataphoric. That line 29 refer to. Okay, so here apply the use of anaphoric. Okay, and then the answer is staggering results. Okay, you have to read the sentence before the word that, anaphoric. Okay, the sentence before. All right. This is another example of question. Kuala Lumpur, total of 359 people have been hanged since 1970. Many of them traffic in drugs. Some of them who practice black magic were involved in murders. Okay, some of them. And then you have paragraph 2. Malaysia is one of 76 countries in the world where death penalty is still part of law and order regime. So the question asks you, mana satu people were hanged for practicing black magic? True, false? False. Malaysia has the high number of death penalty. If you tak jumpa jawapan dia kat sini, then not stated. Okay, but I think the question of true, false, not stated is no longer in the new format. So don't have to worry about the true, false, not stated. Okay, so now I want to give you tips on how to identify word meanings. Okay, I think most students, they have problem to answer the meaning of the words, to identify the word meaning. You have to use contextual clues. You have learned this when you were in EL Diploma Semester 2, ELC 151. Okay, you have to use contextual clues. So in the sentence, try to find the synonym. Synonym is the similar meaning. Okay, maybe some sentences, they already given you definition. Maybe in some sentences, they already given you the antonyms of that word or explanation. Okay, synonym example, she hums continuously. You do not know the meaning of hum. The question, what is the meaning of hum? So you read, all time and it annoys me. She hums continuously or all the time and it annoys me. Okay, the question asks you, what is the meaning of continuously? Okay, all the time and it annoys me. So continuously meaning all the time. Okay, all the time. Diane was lethargic. Definition, she didn't have the energy to get out of bed. So you don't know the meaning of lethargic. But in the sentence, it gives you a clue. The sentence dah bagi clue dah kat you. What is the clue? She didn't have the energy. So lethargic meaning, tak larat lah. No energy. Okay? Antonym. The feral cat would not let us pet him. You do not know the meaning of feral cat. But then, the antonym is already given, unlike our friendly cat. So, friendly cat, feral cat. Antonym. Maksudnya, feral is unfriendly cat. Wild cat. Okay? Some sentence, they already given you explanation. The team was elated because they just found out they placed in semi-final. So already explain what is the meaning of elated. Mestilah happy. They are happy because they are already in the semi-final. So you try to use contextual clues to answer the meaning of words. Okay. You also have fill in the blanks question. Okay. Try to if you are not sure, you want to answer, you want to fill in the blank, you're not sure of the spelling of words or the grammatical structure, you can copy the sentences from the paragraph because you know the answer is in the paragraph. Okay. However, do not copy sebiji-sebiji. Do not do wholesale copying. Try to do intelligent lifting. When you copy intelligently lah. Okay. If you maybe want to replace the word with synonym, replace it with synonym. Okay. Or maybe you want to summarize the point, you use summarize. Okay, summary. And try to use suitable linkers. Okay. The fill in the blanks is the new item introduced with the new format. Okay, and you also have this nonlinear text. The one I mentioned just now about the graph, the maybe the pie chart. Okay, so you have to study the figure 1 and figure 2, and the question asks you, you have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 question about the nonlinear text. So there are 3 options given to you. You only have to read the statement given here, and then you have to confirm whether it's true, false, or you cannot find the answer there.
Madam,
Okay? Right.
sorry to interrupt. We have been
Yes?
at one.
Time's up, is it?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just going to give you my last tip, yeah? Then I'm going to end it, okay? So my tips, yeah, for reading is time management. Time management is very crucial. On average, you only have like less than 2 minutes for each question. Okay, so most candidates would waste time in reading the text, reading the question, and then finally rereading the text to find the answer. So my advice is you have to read the question first, understand what exactly you need to find, and skim or scan the text to the part with the information regarding the particular question. Okay? So general, you have to read, and do more reading. Practice. Okay, do more practice is okay before you sit for MUET. Remember, who is going to sit for MUET is you, not me. So you have to do practice. You can get help from your lecturers, those who are willing to help you. Okay, if you do well in reading, half the battle is won. So I wish everybody good luck for your MUET examination. If you want to ask question, you can still contact me. Okay, I've given you my email there. Okay, you can ask me to check your essay, for example. Inshallah, I'll be able to assist you if you need help. But my advice is for you to have a good MUET reference book for you to do practices, because most of the books, they have the sample answer. So try to do the practice before you look at the answer. Okay, I hope my strategies, the way that I guide you, is helping you to be ready for your MUET examination. I will give the slides to Muaz later. Okay, so Muaz can share with the students. Okay, so with that, I would like to thank everyone again. Okay, any questions? Do we have time for questions? Idina, do we have time for questions?
Yes, madam. For 2 minutes.
Okay, do you have any questions? For a few minutes, do you have questions for, you can ask me questions for writing or reading, it's up to you. For reading, you have to be careful when you choose the option, but you are lucky that the option has been made simpler. You have only 3 options, so you don't have to think about the D and E. You have only A, B, C. So the 3 options only. So you have to first look at the options, try to eliminate the impossible one. So you will be left with the possible answer. So focus on that possible answer. Okay. I guess they have no question already. Hungry, baby? I've given you my email there. You can still contact me. I want to give my number as well, 109-432-5010. Okay, you can contact me if you have any questions, yeah? Okay. So when is actually your MUET examination? Idina, may I know?
For writing,
Muaz,
on
when is
15
actually
January.
your... Oh, okay. It's soon. You have to work really hard. And you have a break next week, so you can try to do practices. Don't do alone, or you will die alone. Try to get some friends to study together, so you can help another. Don't die alone. If you want to die, at least you die together. Okay. Any if you don't have questions, then I think It's okay. You can always contact me after this if you want to ask questions. I've written my phone number there. I can still advise you if you need me.
Madam, can we have a photograph session with everybody?
Oh, photography session. Okay.
Yes. Okay, so
Hold on. Can you please hold on? Can you please hold on? I have someone at my door. Kejap. I want to call the person. I think my maid is at the door. Kejap lah. I want to call her. Sorry. Hello Yati, tunggu sekejap saya kakak turun. Tunggu sekejap. Okay, sekejap. Sorry about that. My maid is at the door. Okay. All right. I'm ready for the photography session.
okay. Okay, so anybody who can turn on their camera, please turn on. Okay. If there's one, 2, 3. Okay, another more. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Thank you everyone. Just yang link kehadiran tu boleh tolong kongsi kepada kawan-kawan yang terkeluar meet tadi lah. Kalau ada kawan-kawan yang terkeluar meet, boleh tolong share link kehadiran daripada mereka. Sebab insyaAllah nanti kami akan sediakan ECJ.
Muaz, I will give